In today's modern world, people in the first world countries tend to spend money on just about anything they want. Thanks to advertising, selling and buying unnecessary items has become more and more relevant to people's lives. The problem that we are facing is just how much of what we're producing is just for our entertaining pleasures. It has come to my attention that we need to start prioritizing to what matters from what doesn't. I believe that instead of targeting marketers and producers to stop producing pointless items, we must target the consumers to stop buying them as soon as possible. Cutting down the production of needless products can benefit the environment, the people in need, as well as the consumers themselves. Since the Industrial Revolution, annually the amount of factories and corporations have increased dramatically. Unfortunately, half, if not more of these, are dedicated to producing useless items such as plastic Barbies and DVD cases. These are items which are made of plastic, which end up polluting our oceans. As Claire Little wrote in her article about plastic pollution, just last year 150 tons of plastic ended up on the Japanese shores. The amount of pollution firstly caused from manufacturing and then the placement after use ends up polluting our world. The saddest part of all is that all these effects didn't have more than just an entertaining benefit. These items were only used for a short period of time to amuse an infant or to please a little girl asking for yet another baby doll. Even though these things are tempting, we must stand strong and realize that we have reached a limit. Our world's future is being put into the hands of polluting industries, which is resulting to self-destructing industry. The consumers, who initially are the root of the problem, can also be the solution. Since buying products is what keeps the production ongoing, the only way we can put a stop or even weaken the industry is by boycotting it. By doing so, we will have a double benefit, since not only is the environment being cleaned up, but consumers are also saving thousands of dollars annually. On average, children use a toy for a year at the latest and then throw it away or leave it on their shelves, as stated by Eric Clark, author of The Real Toy Story. With the United States making up to only 4% of the world's population of children, yet their consumption makes up for 40% of the toys industry output, it's shocking to see just how much consumption comes with wealth. The point of toys and other entertaining items is to please and amuse people. But is a $35 doll gonna please a child for very long? But it doesn't end there. Parents buy children multiple forms of the same toy just because it varies in hair color or style. If we just minimize the amount of our money we spend on superficial items and instead save for more meaningful and valuable items, then we are ensured to come to a solution to the situation. What we tend to forget is just what the money we spent on toys could potentially go to instead of our short and limited satisfactions. Why don't we use all this money we spend on plastic on people's shelters or donate it to a charity instead of a cheap playhouse? When you think about just how many smiles you can put on people's faces instead of buying a new action figure, it doesn't take a lot of thought to know which one is worth more. Donating your money isn't implying to always put others' needs before your desires, but occasionally to consider what you can be doing with the money you have. Coming from the personal experience of donating all my birthday money to a school in Ghana, I can say that it gave me far more content than a real item ever could. As stated by Asher Roth, a famous rapper, happiness isn't about getting what you want all the time. It's about loving what you have. From the perspective of a privileged person, this is not asking for much other than cutting down on the money being spent on articles which won't matter 10 years from now. What does matter is our future, and it's up to us to how to take care of our world. Whether it's saving the ocean from pollution or helping a person in need, every hesitation counts. We need to act now before it becomes out of our reach and no longer can be dealt with. All that is asked is to consider what you are doing to our world every time you purchase something you don't need but want.